Good morning, YouTube. How are you doing today? Okay. I'm eating, sorry. I'm so rude. Hang on, one more bite. All right. Hello. Okay. So, I'm not going to be so nice here, guys, okay? Having my coffee. Are you ready? Okay. Good morning. How are you doing, my friends? It's Friday. Okay. And this video is specifically dedicated to Liv's life, okay? Specifically to her, okay? She has the biggest, the biggest hard on for Antonisha, doesn't she? The biggest fucking hard on for that woman, okay? Talking about Antonisha doesn't have any room or hasn't mothered anybody, so has no right to post her children on the internet. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Okay? Just shut up. You sound so stupid, okay? Yeah, I'm passing judgment because it's enough already. Clearly, she has the biggest hard on for Antonisha because she's jealous, okay? That's what it is, jealous. And she has a huge problem with anything that even Gerard posts. Remember the God forbidden peace sign that the girls throw when they're taking pictures on Gerard's excuse me um Instagram, and she says, "Oh, you don't know what my kids are going through in the background. You know, my poor babies, my poor babies." And then she goes around when she gets them, and the little girl is holding up the peace sign in her pictures. Okay, you only have visitation of your children. Okay, because of your wrongdoings, because of choices you made, bad choices you made. And I'm going to say it again, attempting to give a BJ to a homeless man you allowed in your house within a few days of meeting. Okay. That you had a whole song dedicated to. Remember the song? The one that told your daughter, get your ass inside the house when she was coming outside while he was alive. Remember that? You allowed a homeless man who is a registered sex offender tell your daughter to get her ass inside because he was alive. Remember that? Oh, do you? Okay, he didn't say get your ass inside, but it was implied. Okay, it wasn't. I'm exaggerating like Liv right now. Okay, did you forget that? You allowed Zaddy Zolo to look at Robin and say, "Get your ass inside the apartment because I'm going live." And you didn't say nothing about it. Okay. You are asked out. Don't roll out of bed till what, 2 p.m. while Antonisha has done run errands, woken up with the children, driven them to school, participates in the children's activities. Okay? She has more right to post those children than you do. You are a part time mother because of your own doing. You did that. And quit throwing God into this. Don't Where God wants me to be. Without your children, that's where God wants you to be. That's where God wants you to be without your children. Without three of them. Okay, honey. Okay. Whatever you say to yourself or lie to yourself to put your ass to bed at night, go for it. But the way you were downing them drinks the other day, that's where God wants you to be. Out drunk somewhere. Yeah. Okay, honey. Okay. Sure. Sure, he does. He wants you to be as far away from those children as possible, is what you're saying. Stupid. Okay. She clearly has a hard on for Antonisha because Antonisha is the one that gets up with the children. If your children are crying in the middle of the night, you're not there. You ain't nowhere around. You're over there on the YouTube streets talking shit, making a mockery of this whole thing, making a mockery of not having your children with your smug look on your face, talking about a spiritual journey. Yeah, I'm still salty about that, okay? Keep on laughing in God's face and keep on the struggle bus, okay? You're the fucking driver of the struggle bus and you're going to continue to be there until you stop lying, come to the realization that you should be thanking Antonisha, not what you're doing and not appreciating her. Do you know a long, long time ago, and a lot of old heads might know this, okay? But my Thea, when I was single, because I was single for a long ass time with my daughter, okay? And this was the reason why I was single for a lot. And this is a secret, guys. I've never revealed this to nobody. This is intel, okay? This is intel right here. Secret intel. And I never told anybody, but that my Thea told me this, and she's the one that passed away. She's the Thea that would always ask me if I was pregnant. She had no filter, but she had some good advice, okay? And she told me, no matter, she told me when I broke up, when me and my ex, separated, we had our hood divorce where we were separated, not divorced yet. But we weren't together. We never got back together. I never went back. I don't go back to people, okay? I don't do the second chances. I don't, but I'm changing my ways now. I'm learning how to forgive people. But back then, the old me, okay, I we're broken up, and I she we're just sitting talking. I stayed the night at her house, and she would tell me, you had to be careful, if you meet anybody, because nobody is going to love your kid the way their dad does, like you can get with somebody who loves you but hates your child. And she said you had to be careful because some people will be jealous of your kid, because that's your kid with somebody else. So, que te das cuidado, be careful who you get with because, that le van a golpear. That's what she used to tell me. Like, you have to be careful because they're going to beat your kid. She used to say that cuando no estás ahí, like she was like putting all this stuff in my head. But that was for precaution. Oh, let me translate that. I'm sorry. So she was saying to be careful with who you bring in your life because they can, abuse your child because like behind your back when you're not around. Like if you ask them to watch your kid, they can despise that child because that is your child that you had with your ex. So, to be very careful, who you bring around. So that is the real reason why I never really jumped into relationships because I had a daughter. And with the daughters, you have to really be careful with girls, because you never know if somebody's going to molest them. You never know if somebody's a registered offender. You have to be very careful who you bring around your children. And I was always very careful with who I brought around. And this is also why I never had another child with anybody else because I never really saw anybody worthy enough. And a lot of people didn't like when I said that last year, but you want me to lie or you want me to tell you the truth? I didn't find anybody worthy enough to have a baby with and bring a baby with until my ex We were in a female female relationship, so it was impossible for me to just get pregnant. So it worked out the way it worked out, and we were able to have a child together. But if I didn't trust that person, I wouldn't. Because that was like a newborn baby to bring home. So I had some trust there. You know what I mean? So enough for a whole being. But anyway, so that's why I never had people around, is because I am very protective of my children. I'm sure you know this by now, okay? I would never, nunca, like I would never have the type of people that Liv allows around her children. I would never do that. And this is why, and I joke around about how I move people in very quick. There has to be because I'm a really good energy reader, okay, for the most part. And I can tell who's actually a really good person, even though they might not be good to me. They're good with children or whatever. I can, my spidey senses tell me, okay. And they're usually, for the most part, right. So I'm joking about when I say I'm moving somebody in. It's just the people that I have lived with, it was very quick because there was some sort of connection there. You know what I mean? Especially my last relationship. We moved in like weeks. Like we just couldn't have enough of each other. Like we were just, it was a whole thing. Anyways, so, but I've never put my children in danger. So you should be very thankful that Gerard was not only able to find somebody to put up with all of his bullshit that he put her through and still love him the same, if not more. Like, can you imagine the shit Antonisha has been through? I'm sorry, I'm giving her flowers again, okay? The shit that she's been through with that man, and to be able to open her arms and her heart to these babies and not even get a thank you from that fucking devil. I mean, gosh, give her a fucking break already. Jeez. You have a big ass fucking heart on for her. The way you had for Chrissy, this is the other one. You be sucking my dick all the way from fucking Texas. Remember that one? That's in Antonisha's voice. Man, that was one for the books when Chrissy said that. Even sucking my dick all the way from fucking Texas. Oh my god. Somebody needs to put that up. Because now that's Antonisha saying that to Liv, a fucking ungrateful bitch. Fucking talking about her like she don't get up with her kids, like she don't drive her kids to school. Like, what the fuck do you mean she didn't parent anybody, or she didn't give birth to anybody? She may not have given birth to anybody, but she's parenting your children while you're assed out in fucking bed all day, rolling out of bed, at 3 p.m. probably, like she fucking is the full-time mommy, and you're not, and that's because of your doing, because that's what the fuck you wanted to do. You know what I mean? She is fucking crazy. She is literally fucking crazy and has the biggest fucking heart on for Antonisha. Like, leave her alone. I mean, it just makes you look stupid because everybody knows you're just jealous because she got your man, she got your kids, and she has the life that you had and that you didn't appreciate. It took a real woman to change that man, and you can't get over it. Anyways, don't be like Liv, people. Don't be bitter. Okay, I've been there, so I can speak on it. Don't be bitter, and be thankful if something like that were to happen and your ex were to find new love. Um, find somebody that's gonna love your children as much as you, if not even more. Whatever, I don't care. And that's another thing too, women. We can't be this bitter mother, stepmommy or bonus mommy, because that's who would be mean to children, like how can you be mean to children? And you're gonna have to come to terms, if you meet somebody that has children, They had a life before you, okay? And they did, birth children with other people. It's not a bad thing. Children were born. Hello, we know how children are born, people. You have to have sex to have children. And yes, before you met your person, they had children, and you're supposed to love those children as if they're your own. So she's very lucky. That's the one thing she got lucky, Liv, is the bonus mommy who can not only fill the shoes that the mom is unable and incapable of doing right now, but to be able to open her heart and her home to those children and being the best bonus mommy on the YouTube streets and in real life. I mean, I would consider that a stroke of good luck while everything else is crumbling around Liv. She at least doesn't have to worry about her children the way Gerard had to worry about his children when they were in her custody. So, how you doing? Anyways, y'all have a good day. Happy Friday. Bye bye.